We've all had them. Not the daytime crew, of course, but in other offices or departments, those cranky or difficult people who can sometimes bring down the morale of the workplace. Here to help us handle those difficult people, Peg Burley and Pete McDowell from Take Action Business Coaching once again. Welcome back, Peg and Pete.
Thanks, Audrey.
Did you like my Grinch there?
Yes,
laughing.
Because it really is. We get to coach with companies and we walk in and we hear the things that they don't tell anybody, and they are Grinches. So you need to listen to this. I'm telling you.
Right, nobody likes the negative Nancy, downer Dan, but they all exist in the workplace. So what's the first step in learning how to handle them?
Well, one of the things is, as a leader in the office, whether you're the business owner or department manager, is to stay positive yourself. So what are you doing for yourself? Taking care of yourself, sleeping enough, exercising some, and getting some things to take care of yourself so you stay positive.
Sure.
Because really, you're leading all the time, whether you know it or not. Everybody's watching you.
That's true.
Right. And what are some other ways that they can stay positive in the office then?
So here's one thing that we always coach our leaders on is I liked your negative Nancy or your downer Dan.
We need a girl and guy in there.
I know, I really like that. So when we see that, one of the reasons you'll lose really good people in your world, in your work world, is when you see people that way not being addressed. And so as a leader, a way of getting more positive is addressing it. And this just happened. In fact, as Pete and I were talking, we're coaching somebody just yesterday and they have a negative Nancy. It's a female, and we said you're not allowed for one moment to allow that because it's hurting your team.
The leadership.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, the leadership.
In a lot of cases, the employees are looking to you, the leader, to step in and work on it.
Don't allow it.
And it won't happen overnight, but at least you have to address it. Right?
And if you are the employee, maybe you can find a trusted coworker then to kind of confide in a little bit. Would you suggest that?
Yes, that's a great idea.
Well, and sometimes we're all emotional beings at times, right? And it's good to ask somebody. If Peg's around, I'll ask her, well, this is how I reacted to that. What do you think? Am I off base here? Or should we actually, this is a real problem we need to address?
Yes.
Get somebody else's take on the situation.
And can someone set boundaries with the negative employee or coworker? What would you suggest with that?
Absolutely.
I think that's really what you just said is really key. It's what we will accept and expectations of that person. This is what we will allow. In fact, we just had a conversation last week with an individual and I said, we're in this spot right now because of your response and the impact you're having on other employees. Do you see it? And here's our expectations in the future. As a part, I'm talking to employees, as a part of this team, your job is to be a great team member. And this is what is expected. Being positive, a can-do attitude, avoid talking behind people's back.
And it could be even some extreme things like we're not going to yell at each other.
Right.
No
right.
name
So it's
calling.
about confronting without confrontation.
Yes.
Right.
Would you suggest
Right.
that then?
That's exactly it. And making sure that we don't let it go. And I know we've brought this up. I'm looking at you and saying, how many people in your company are you letting it go? Because at that point, it becomes your problem, not just theirs.
It's so true. And what are the most important keys to move forward once you identify there is that person in the office?
Well, one is to sit down with them privately, talk about it in specifics, and it's always best if it's something you actually saw yourself, and give them an example as close to the event as possible, and describe, here's what I saw, and here's what I'd like to see the next time.
Right.
And just let them know that I really don't want it to happen again.
I liked what you said, Pete. Two things is make sure that it's not hearsay.
Right.
Well, I heard from Audrey that Robin is misbehaving.
Now we said it was not the daytime crew. Not on.
I do. I'm just.
But yes. Okay.
But
Just picking names at random.
Right.
But you do want to make sure that you've seen it firsthand, so that you can give them a specific example, so that they understand what's happening.
Right, because you don't want that domino effect. If somebody is making me feel negative, you don't want to then go and talk to somebody else and then that negative effect, correct?
It does spread.
Thank you for saying that. Right, it spreads. And that's why one person will make you spread. You got to be careful.
And I like what you said of going back to a positive mindset. Get your own exercise and your own rest too, right, Pete?
Everybody's
That's so
looking
important.
at you all the time, so you have to make sure you take care of yourself.
Right.
As a leader,
important.
business coaches, you guys have all the answers because it's so difficult, and especially this time of year, nobody wants that negative Nancy or Debbie Downer in their office.
They don't. So you know what, as you're listening to this or watching this, I want you to take a check and say, am I that person? What do I need to do to stop it? Or is there a person that I need to help to stop it?
Well, and then stop for a minute in your place of business and look around the office or take a walk around the place. And do you like what you see?
Sure.
Like what you hear? If you do, great. encourage it. And if you don't, decide to do something about it.
All right, and if they need to, they can call Peg and Pete.
Absolutely.
Take Action Business Coach, and actioncoachcolumbus.com is your
Perfect.
website. We've got your phone number on the screen too. Thanks so much for
Thanks,
being here,
Audrey.
both of you.
Thank you.